Um, right, so this is the evening of the 12th of July, and I thought I ought to record this because this is the tough end of doing this walk. Normally I'm bouncy and optimistic, and tonight I'm pretty fed up, a bit worried about things. I set off from Skoda this morning, and I thought the Coptic was further down the road. Anyway, to cut a long story short, there was no accommodation for 50 kilometers either side of an international border between Montenegro and Albania. And I just couldn't believe that there was nothing at all. I was walking with a full backpack. I was walking through 42 degree heat. And, you know, I got to the border with Montenegro. First 12 kilometers were absolutely fantastic. You know, it was beautiful scenery. I just thought this is fantastic, and believed it would be a hotel just around the corner, somewhere I could stay, a little guest house. It's just beautiful. It's a national park. And I walked and walked and walked. And I walked until it got dark, and then into a place called 2G, and I thought, wonderful, rich 2G, and here is a reasonably busy village, lots of shops, lots of restaurants, lots of bars. And so I go around asking in the bars where the hotel is. There isn't any hotel. The only hotel is in Podgorica. In one of the bars, one of the guys offers a taxi journey. He says he has a hotel, he knows a hotel, good rate. Yeah, and I set off on that basis. I get into, you know, drops me at the bus station, then he wants me to get into another car, and I just smell a little bit unease about what's going on. He then tries to overcharge me for the taxi cabs, a little bit of an argument, nothing, you know, physical, but just a bit of an argument. I'm not at my best because I'm thinking, you know, I'm pretty sort of depressed at the fact that I haven't been able to find accommodation, and that I've had to get a taxi for part of the journey into Montenegro, which means that I've then got to go back and finish it off. And I just get away from the taxi cab, you know, pay enough to keep them quiet, 20 euros as it happened. And then walk down into town, try to find some hotels, can't find anything, stop off at a cafe and sort of sink into the chair, down about 6 bottles of fizzy water. No one can speak any English. And I think, what do? I've arrived here a day before the people who are expecting me to arrive. And so I ring up this contact that I was given of a guy who runs an NGO called Siniša. He's a Serb, Bosnian Serb, living here working with a charity that's working with Romani gypsies. You know, wonderful fella, and he came down to the cafe, you know, picked me up, and then brought me out here to the office of the NGO, where he said I could, you know, rest for the night. And yeah, I was pretty grateful, but I'm tired, and I'm a bit frustrated. We'll probably get a little bit choked if I start thinking about it too much. But I do, you know, this does happen on this trip, and I've never recorded it like this, but I just felt to myself, well, you know, you were just given a fine set-piece interview, stand at the Albanian border, you know, about all peace, love, and being thankful. And then here you are, you know, sitting in an office, having been ripped off, having been unable to find anywhere to stay, having been walked a long way, having become dehydrated yet again. But, you know, what can you do? There are so many difficulties ahead. I mean, Sinisha said, you're crazy to think of walking up to Sarajevo that way. There's no accommodation for 250 kilometers. I mean, what's that supposed to mean? No accommodation for 250 kilometers. You know, that's 10 days walking with absolutely nowhere to stay. You know, or, you know, accommodation on a chance. It does get a bit depressing on that. But to finish on a better note, I've just walked out around the corner from the office, and there's a little mini mark place, and I went to the mini mark place, and they were just unloading the bread from the oven. So I got some lovely fresh bread, straight out of the oven. Absolutely. It smells beautiful. Oh, gorgeous, so warm. Ages since I've had fresh bread. And then, as if the man upstairs was kind of saying, yeah, I know you've had a tough day. I know it isn't great, but I kind of like what you're doing, so I don't want to push you too far. You put some Coke Zero in the fridge. You had Coke Zero here. So I loaded up on just about every bottle that they had, and brought it back here to be consumed tonight. Coke Zero and bread. And tomorrow's another day.